Is your sales team stuck in closing loop? Zoho CRM Blueprints can help. Imagine having a clear sales roadmap with every step defined and everyone on the same page. Blueprints allow you to create this roadmap and mapping out your ideal deal journey from start to finish. Meet Zensus, a software company that optimized its sales process with blueprints. The deal go through stages like qualification, negotiation, and discount approval. With blueprints, Zensus defined these stages and assigned relevant tasks to each. Blueprint guide the sales team by reminding them of next steps such as sending quotes or getting approvals. This automated guidance ensures that nothing is missed and every deal moves forward smoothly. Say goodbye to confusion and hello to the clear direction for faster closes. Automate your sales process instead of managing it manually. Let's see how to set up a blueprint inside of CRM for Zensus deal follow process. If you found this video useful, please subscribe and hit the like button below. Your support helps us a lot and ensure you won't miss our future videos. To get started, we will first navigate to the settings located in the top right corner. From there, we will click on a process management tab and then proceed to click on blueprints. Next, we will create our first blueprint in our demo account and give it a name. Let's name it our Zensus sales process. This blueprint is based on a module allowing for the blueprints to be set up for different modules in CRM to control various processes. In this case, we will create one for the deals. These blueprints are specific to layout, so we will use our standard layout. We will then need to specify which field this blueprint should control. In this case, it will be based on stage field under a pick list. If you wish to control and restrict certain types of deals or record from entering a blueprint, you can set a criteria to do so. For instance, you can create the blueprint for big deals where if a deal is created over $20,000, a more structured process will be implemented. There are various controls available to customize a blueprint to fit your specific needs. Now that we have completed our initial setup, we will proceed to explore the interface. Blueprints function as a flowchart that guide a process. On the right hand side, we will see the name we have assigned along with the module and basic information. Before beginning to create the blueprint, here are a few key points to keep in mind. A blueprint is constructed using states and transition. A state represents each stage in process such as qualification, need analysis, and value proposition. Let's begin by delving into our blueprint. We will start by dragging in the stages and beginning with the qualification stage where the deal will be assessed. Blueprints primarily operated through the transition between each state. Transition defines a condition that must be met progress from one state to another and also serves as a link between two states. Currently, there is only one state present without any connections. However, once a need analysis stage is introduced and linked to a qualification stage, we can begin implementing the action to manage the process effectively. For instance, we may need to capture specific data either before or during the qualification process to determine the necessity of conducting need analysis. For example, according to Zensus policy, a sales representative must associate a note about the customer's requirement, budget, and time frame of the project before they qualify a deal. Only if necessary should they move forward to the need analysis stage. To begin requiring these fields, we will create a transition between these two states. By clicking on a plus icon, we can give our transition name. I will name it qualify for now. There are a couple of options available that I will briefly cover. We will not use all of them in a process. The first option is parallel transition. With parallel transition, you can create a group of multiple transitions that move from one state to another simultaneously. The second option is automatic transition. You can set up an automatic transition, meaning that if you want a process to move certain way after a certain point in a time automatically, you can do so. People often use this for a transition like closed, lost, or inactive, where if a record stays in a state for a certain period, it automatically moves to the lost category. However, for now, we will just focus on the core aspects. Now that we have got our transition, the main thing we can look at here is who should able to do this transition. In this case, we have record owner and of course anyone above them in the hierarchy. We can also set a criteria. So if we want a certain transition to be available only for certain types of record, we can set up here. We can now move on to the during process, which consists of a task necessary for making this transition. These tasks may include requiring certain fields to be filled out, adding tags, displaying informational messages, or ensuring that associated items such as notes and attachment, future meetings may also created here. You can also set up a checklist within the blueprint. These act as a reminder for specific action that need to be completed before progressing through next stage. Teams can use this checklist as a do-do list, checking off each item as they completed them to advance to the next stage of the process. In this case, in our demo account, we have set up a couple of fields that are often used for qualifications. We need to define their budget, deal type, and whether it is a new build or a renovation. Before proceeding to next step, it is important to ensure these fields are defined on the deal and determine if it is worth moving forward. After this stage, we can set up some automated actions to occur. For example, if a deal is qualified, a task can be automatically created to contact the deal within a 1 day to discuss their requirements. This task can be assigned to the specific user or owner of the deal, and this allows for the creation of process that capture important data, notify individual and schedule tasks as a deal progress through different stages. Additionally, we can also customize the color of the button. We have completed building the remaining blueprint transition which are similar to the initial transition. As we move from need analysis stage to a value proposition stage, a more information is required. A task to create the value proposition is generated. Moving to proposal price quote stage will result in task to send a quote. The negotiation review stage will require the attachment of a proposal, generate a note about the key parts of the proposal and scheduling of a meeting. Finally, there is a decision point after a negotiation to either go to closed lost or closed won. The transition to closed won will require the amount and closing date to be filled in, which defaults to the current date. An email notification will be automatically sent to the deal owner. The closed loss transition here is set as a common transition usable from multiple states to streamline the process in case a decision is made not to move forward at any point. This has now published in our CRM. So we will go ahead and jump over to the deals and actually create one and walk through this process. As we are in a deal page, here you can see the blueprint which we have created, and you are only going to move through those stages based on the buttons presented by blueprint. We will see that the two transition, a qualified deal or closed lost, because a closed lost here is a universal to every different steps. I will go ahead and start the qualification. After taking a look at the record, we will see that we have our section for qualification info as well as needs information, but none of those has been filled in it as this is a brand new deal. I will begin by qualifying this deal. As part of our qualification process, we have defined certain field which necessitate providing a budget. Let's assume their budget is a $15,000 and they require the project to be completed by February. Additionally, this project is a new build. Once I save this information, we will transition to the need analysis stage. We have gathered the necessary information below, budget, deal type, and notes. Afterwards, a task has been generated for me to discuss their requirement with the contact person. It is common for sales representative to connect a multiple qualification meetings consequently and then have a task prepared to assign to the relevant team members. I will complete this task and proceed to next step as outlined in our blueprint. Now that we are in a need analysis stage, it is imperative to conduct a thorough analysis. This stage also prompts a creation of tasks to develop a value proposition. Subsequently, the next steps involve creating a code for the project once a value proposition has been completed. I will close out this generate proposal task and move on to our next step. In this stage, we have some more unstructured notes. Let's say this client was really excited to get their proposal, and additionally, a process requires me to upload a file. I will select a random PDF from my desktop and attach it here. After saving, a note is added to the system standard notes and a proposal is now attached. Moving forward, we are in a negotiation and review stage where we decide whether to lost or closed one. Let's assume the best case scenario and proceed with closing this deal as closed one. Upon selecting closed one, it prompts me to verify the amount which was $15,000 and closing date initially set in and past and updated to today's date. And one last note here, with Blueprint, you can ensure that data within your CRM is structured and comprehensive. Blueprints enables you to design a systematic process and guide your team through each steps and automate a routine action. Start creating your blueprint today to streamline your workflow effectively. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. We hope you found it informative and enjoyable. If you have any questions or need a further assistance, please feel free to ask.